Hello all, I'm going to be showing you my steyr Model A pistol from 1946. As you can see, it is a near identical copy to the Colt 1911A1, although it does not have the grip safety. It has an external extractor, and it is thinner than the Colt 1911A1, and it also has this little bump here, but I've seen some pictures, sketches of the 1911 having that, but I've never actually seen one with it, so I don't know if it really does exist or not. Now, this pistol has a slightly different safety because it lacks the grip safety. It works in a full cock, but it also, unlike the 1911, works on half cock, which I have no idea why they differ like that. It probably has to do with the engineering behind removing the grip safety and having the grip safety there. As you can see, I have the plastic grips that look fairly similar to the one in the 1911A1. These actually did come with wood grips, but when I bought it, they were not on there, and I have not been able to find any at a reasonable price. Now this gun shoots the 9mm Largo, which is at 9x23, and which, as you can see here, is longer than a 9mm Luger, which is right there, the 9x19. Now you can also shoot this, which is the 9mm steyr, which is also 9x23mm long. The chief difference between the 9mm steyr and the 9mm Largo is that the 9mm steyr works at a lower pressure and less of a muzzle velocity. This shoots a 115 grain bullet between 1,100 and 1,000 feet per second. Depending on the manufacturer, Fiat loads them to 1,080 feet per second with a 115 grain bullet, and Hornady loads them at 1,025 feet per second with a 115 grain projectile. If you're going to be shooting steyr in this pistol, I would get the Fiat, because you need a little bit more power behind it to operate the slide better. Because the 9mm steyr, or Largo, which it's designed for, shoots 127 grain projectile, 1,150 feet per second to 1,200 feet per second, depending on when it was manufactured. It can go as low as 1,100 feet per second. And this is a reload with modern made brass, which is made by Starline Brass. A little bit more on the pistol. As you can see, it is identical, with the exception of the few things I mentioned, identical to the 1911A1. This particular model I have is a Air Force model. Now there is another model of this called the Super, which I'll post some links to, which is a souped up version of this, which is more based off of the Browning High Power. This is more based off of Colt Browning's 1911 design. Uses exactly all the almost identical inner workings with the exception of the trigger and safety mechanism. Now, here I have an original magazine, which there are reproductions of these, but I did not know at the time, so I bought the model, these are meant for post-1946 models, so I had to do some modification in this area and make it come down farther, and I also had to modify the magazine catch slot, but they function just fine, and so far I've had absolutely no problems with them, other than that mill surplus 9mm Largo seems to be just a bit too long for them, but I think this is due to that they're made out of a heavier gauge steel. But the 9mm steyr, being that it has a slightly shorter overall length, loads just fine in it, so I think when I start reloading rounds for it, I'll just make them just slightly shorter so they fit in the magazine and load them accordingly. Here's an original one here. It's a box of original ones from 1977. Now, if you like my videos, subscribe, and I should be putting up some more. Hopefully, I'm going to be doing one soon of my Mosin Nagant sniper rifle, and maybe of me shooting this pistol and some other guns. Until then, see you later.